On the morning of February 20th, 1987 in Salt Lake City, an unknown man planted a homemade bomb in the parking lot behind a computer store. He disguised the bomb as a prankster's device to blow out car tires. That morning, Gary Wright, the owner of the computer store, arrived at work.
I didn't arrive till the office until around 10:30. Pulled into the back parking lot and noticed a couple of 2x4s nailed together with nails sticking out. Thought that I better move it just so no one would run over it. I got out of my car, went around, and as I picked up the device, I didn't know it at the time, but it just exploded.
Roxanne, I just had a report of a bomb explosion with an injury at 270 East and 9th South. Card 123, 134, respond to the area, secure the area.
23 is responding. 190, can you copy description of a suspect, please?
Go ahead.
Mel White. He has a gray hooded sweatshirt on, pulled over his head with the tie down with sunglasses on. Blondish, sandy-colored hair.
Over the past 9 years, this one man has built 12 bombs and planted them at universities, airlines, and computer-related businesses. So far, 1 person has been killed and 21 others injured by his devices. Over the 9 years, this man has only been seen once. A huge task force of FBI, local police, and federal law enforcement agencies are desperately trying to find him. They all agree on one thing: unless he's caught, he will strike again. It is only a matter of time.
The bomber likes to disguise his bombs, and he will do this by making them fit the environment where he intends to place them. In some cases, he has mailed a book to the mail and had the bomb in the book. In other cases, he has placed devices outside of businesses where they look like they would fit into that area. He does spend a considerable amount of time, I think, making sure that when he places them, that they will probably draw some curiosity, and therefore he will be able to get to the victims that he's after.
May 15th, 1985, the University of California at Berkeley. The bomber slipped unnoticed into a campus computer lab and left behind a device disguised as a binder attached to a checkbox. This bomb sat in the lab for 3 days before it attracted the attention of an Air Force captain, John Hauser. Hauser was a graduate student who had been accepted for training by NASA. His career as an astronaut came to a tragic end that day.
I believed that it might be somebody's lunch or project or something like that. So then I thought, okay, I'll just open the box and see what's in it. Right away, you know, it was like a bzzz that happened instantly, you know, like a bzzz that. When the bomb went off, it just blew my fingers right off, and my academy ring was on this finger. It blew it off into the wall. Blood just started spurting out because both major arteries in my arm had been severed. You know, I could tell that this was really a life-threatening situation. I think if it had been turned the other way and I'd opened it into me, and the blast that went into my arm had gone into my chest, I wouldn't be here today.
12 bombs in 9 years. Their locations and the cities from which they originated may offer clues to the bomber's identity. Between 1978 and 1980, 4 bombs were either placed in the Chicago area or mailed from there. One of them was a package mailed to Washington, D.C. It exploded in the hold of an American Airlines passenger jet while in flight. Another was mailed to the president of United Airlines in a hollowed-out book. In 1981, the bomber may have moved to Utah. The next 2 bombs originated in Salt Lake City and Provo. In 1982, he placed a device disguised as a student's physics project at the University of California at Berkeley. In 1985, he planted 4 bombs. One he mailed from Oakland to the Boeing Company in Seattle. He left another bomb at the University of California at Berkeley. In November, he mailed a bomb from Salt Lake City to the University of Michigan. Finally, in December, the bomber killed his first victim. Hugh Scruton, the young owner of a Sacramento computer store, died in a violent explosion in the parking lot behind his building. The bomber planted the device hidden in a brown paper bag at 10:30 a.m. At noon, Hugh Scruton went out for lunch.
Hugh had an appointment that day, so rather than eat lunch in one of the places in our shopping center here, he went out the back door to his car. I was in the back working on some repairs, and all he said was, well, I'll be back in a while. See ya.
Okay. See ya. Bye.
I remember it just being everything happening so slowly. It's like time was slowing down, and it was like a nightmare. I heard Hugh scream out, and right away I was to the back door, and when I opened it, he was standing looking at me. He was missing a hand, and the force of the explosion had blown a hole in his chest, and he was looking at me with this incredibly puzzled look on his face, like, what the hell happened?
Despite frantic attempts by paramedics to save him, Hugh Scruton died almost immediately. The police have concluded that in all the recent attacks, the bomber was targeting an institution rather than a specific individual. But they still don't know his exact motive.
We know his motivation is to maim and kill, but what his reasons are, we're not sure. He's not leaving enough clues behind. I think he's trying to make a statement, but over the 9 years, it's still open to just giant speculation as to what his grudge is, whether it's imaginary or if it's real.
The bomber builds his cleverly disguised devices from simple hardware store items. Batteries, string, glue, fishing line, metal pipes, ordinary match heads are all ingeniously constructed into a lethal killing device. The building of these bombs may provide clues to the suspect's identity. The electrical circuitry and switches appear to be homemade. Clearly, he has special abilities in soldering and metalwork. The bomber must have regular access to a drill press, soldering equipment, and possibly a wood router.
Part of his enjoyment or fantasy is actually building this bomb. There has to be some enjoyment in putting these things together. Because the bombs are more sophisticated and take more time to put together, obviously the fantasy is growing within him. I think he represents a greater danger to everybody now. Most of us agree that the only way he'll stop is when he either blows himself up or we catch him. But he did make one mistake in Salt Lake City. Up to that point, we were chasing a ghost. We didn't know what the guy looked like. Now we know, at least we're looking for a white male, adult.
In the Salt Lake City bombing, the suspect was clearly seen by witnesses for the first time. As he was placing his device, he looked up and made direct eye contact through a window with two store employees. He was calm and collected and had no reaction to being spotted. He simply finished his business and walked away.
There's an underlying game going on with the authorities. We will know by the construction of the device whether it's our bomber or not. There's no question about that. And he intends that. I mean, he could make them differently that we wouldn't know, but he doesn't. He intends for us to know, I'm your guy and I'm hitting you again. He's extremely dangerous. There's no question about that. And he's a coward. I think this program provides a great opportunity. He lives next door to somebody. He travels around. If someone will say, this is a very good suspect, we can find him.
This is a police composite of the bomber. He is 25 to 30 years old, Caucasian, 5 feet 10 inches tall, and weighs 165 pounds. He has reddish blonde hair, possibly sun-bleached, and the one time he was spotted, he had a mustache. The authorities believe he is extremely intelligent, with a high school and possibly college education. The U.S. Postal Service is offering a $60,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the bomber. If you have any information, please contact your local office of the FBI.